Hey, Shalom Akim, all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, great millstones. Salute to you, sincere brothers out there of the hopeful elect. All right, and I got Satan fucking with me right now on my computer, man. All right, all right. I clicked it. No, I'm just go into the scriptures, man. It's a little impromptu style video I'm gonna do. You know, pretty much, the question I ask brothers, man. I see our people out there on the streets, in the neighborhood, in the hood, the ghetto, so to speak. My question to them, man, is don't you niggas want better, man? Don't you really want better? You gotta be tired of living the way you live, man. The 2/3 of Israel, I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? But Jake, they just, they jacked up, no hope. Their minds are totally warped, straight degenerates. But you can't be comfortable living like this, man. Living in a way where you gotta work. Right now, ain't nobody really working like that. But Jake begging to go back to work. Me personally, I'm kind of feeling this shit, man. Not working, the government giving us money, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But who the fuck wants to be busting their ass, all the labor I put in, you brothers put in, and been working and busting your ass, had to wake up super early in the morning to bust a sweat for the so-called white man, just so he can give you a little crumb off the table, just so you can keep going to work week after week, basically to pay your bills. You can't really enjoy the shit. You can do whatever you want, try to spend your money to satisfy your lustful needs, which is basically all vanity. New clothes, new furniture, to furnish your crib, new car, or whatever. But you can't even enjoy the shit because you gotta work so hard just to get it and maintain it, man. That ain't no fucking way to live, man. That's really not a way to live. All right, and this is straight slavery, straight captivity, man. Because the elites of this society, all right, these people that were born with silver spoons in their mouths that never worked a day in their life, the big bankers, the members of the Illuminati, the white privileged people out there, okay, they ain't have to work for nothing, man. They ain't have to work for the things that they got, and they got it all, man. All right. So my question to you Jakes out there, man, ain't you tired of this shit, man? Because I know I am, man. The brothers that's in the truth, we tired of it, man. The scriptures tell you, matter of fact, I'm going to get that real quick. Ecclesiastes 7. Right? Bear with me for a second. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. It says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. All right? Being that we're oppressed, we're mad, man. If you consider yourself wise, someone with some type of intellect, all right, then you should be upset, man. You should be angry, man. You should have a serious demeanor about you, man. A cold spirit, okay? Because a wise man knows who his enemies are, man. A wise man knows who's doing them dirty, who's oppressing them, okay? And they should be upset, all right? See, when you see the brothers out there teaching, yeah, the white man is the devil, they're the nation of Edom, but they are the devil and they are the nation of Edom. And we tell them they're going into slavery and they're going to pay for what they've done to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You Jakes on the outside be looking at us like we fucking crazy, man. But what we telling you is the truth. What we saying is the truth. You get all emotional because of our delivery, man. But we upset, man. And we're passionate about what we teach. All right? So the scriptures say, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. All right? Yeah. Being oppressed, having to work and bust our ass, man, for the so-called white man to build up a society that oppresses us, man. Our taxpayer dollars, right? They go to the goddamn police force or whatever municipality you dwell at that harasses our people, man, and abuse our people and brutalize our people. Okay, but we work hard and bust our ass, man, just for the cops to harass us, racially profile us, and beat the living shit out of us, man. Okay? You got the EMS, FDNY, all of these little government agencies that's supposed to be for the service of the people that taxpayer dollars go to, man. But then we get the neglected service, man. We get the services in our communities are neglected. Okay? Remember Public Enemy came out with a song back in the days called 911 is a joke. Getting on the EMS workers, the fire department, all right, the police department. Anytime you call 911 because it's an emergency in your community, they take their sweet fucking time, man. They take their sweet time to get to your location to find out what the problem is and how they can fix it, man. Okay? But when it's them privileged so-called white neighborhoods, communities outside of the ghetto, they dial 911 and they shoot right over there to the location, man, in a blink of an eye. And that's be for some little bullshit like the fire department to take a goddamn kitten out of a fucking tree. It'll get to that location in less than 5 minutes if some goddamn white lady calls the fire department because she lost a cat in the tree. But meanwhile, you got buildings burning and shit in the Bronx and the hood and all of that, and in the city services, they take their sweet time getting there, man. All right, so that's all a part of being oppressed, man. And that's why we mad, man. That's why you should be upset. Every so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American should be upset, man. Okay, it says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Yeah, bribery, man. And it's sad that a lot of our people have sold out, man. Amongst you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, all of our leaders. Who you people call your leaders, right? In the ghetto, whenever it be a problem, you run to guys like Reverend Al Sharpton. We call him Al Charlatan. Jesse Jackass and his Rainbow Coalition. All right. Farrakhan. All right. Who's Farrakhan artist or whatever you want to call him. All right. To basically you calling him on these guys as your leaders, all right, and hope that they can get you some kind of justice, man. But in all reality, they done sold out, man. They took a bribe from the so-called white man, from the government, to do what? To pacify you jakes, man, so that will keep calm and let them be the negotiator and do all of the talking and this, that, and the third, because you put your hope in men. You put your trust in men, like the scriptures tell you not to. Scriptures tell you don't put your trust in men, put your trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. All right? But you trust in these goddamn low-life scumbags, man, these ghetto leeches, to get you some type of justice, man. And you honor and you praise these men. All right? And you still never see no justice. And the reason why, because them guys sold out, man. Them guys took a bag from the so-called white man, from the elites. The Illuminati, okay? That's why most of them guys are Freemasons. They're very much involved in the so-called white man's secret societies and the secret fraternities, man. And they don't have no care in the world for you impoverished Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? Because they're all about the money, man. So through all of this madness, I got a couple of scriptures that I wanted to bring out concerning the Lord's promise for a new heaven and a new earth, man. What we should be seeking for, okay? A new heaven and a new earth, man. A righteous way of life, man. Where everything will be set up smooth and perfect for us as a nation of people, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, okay? Because that's what this thing is all about, because that's the gospel. That's what Yahweh Shah was teaching the people. Of course, yeah, there's going to be some doom and some gloom, a lot of it, right? Because the Bible is a book of mourning and lamentations, as well as Lord's statutes and commandments that we're supposed to abide by. A lot of history, right? We're supposed to learn from our ancestors, man, okay? And then, of course, you got the prophecies. So there's some doom and gloom ahead to come. But ultimately, when all of that is passed, everything from then on is going to be great for the nation of Israel, man. Okay? All right? Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is going to be well pleased with us, starting with his elect. All right? And he's going to establish a kingdom for us as a nation because of all of the suffering and all the madness and the shit that we had to go through by the hands of the so-called white man, which is the nation of Edom, and also the other nations, all right, in which they ruled over us in a wicked fashion. Okay? But we had to pay for turning away from the Lord, man. And we're going to pay for that. 2/3 of Israel, they're going to pay for it in thermonuclear fire, man. All right? And the elect is paying for it right now. We're suffering for this word, man. For our belief in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. We enduring all the bullshit, man. Okay? We're basically like the outcasts of our nation today. And it's cool, man. It's all right, man. You know? Because the Lord got a promise that he's going to give unto us, man. All right? Which is basically salvation. Salvation and deliverance. And ultimately the governing, being a part of the governing body of the kingdom of heaven. All right? So this is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 16. It says that he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the power of truth. All right? And that's what brothers is doing, man. You know, we out there doing the work. We out there teaching this word. We making these videos, keeping the high holy days, keeping the Lord's statutes and commandments to the best of our ability, and putting our faith and our trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. We doing that on earth. And you people bear witness to that, man. You bear witness to that. You guys out there, you call us the faith-based Israelites. Guys see Great Millstone Camp. We always out there, man, on the highways and the byways teaching this word, and we constantly flooding the YouTube and the internet with videos, man. Okay? All right? So we're blessing ourselves in the earth through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Okay? Because that's the name that we teach, and that's the name that we praise, man. That's our power, so you can understand. It says, and he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the power of truth. That's right, man. You know, when we came in and picked up that Bible and started reading out of that Bible and teaching out of that Bible, that was basically an oath. Because the scriptures tell you we're not supposed to swear, right? You're not supposed to swear on earth or nowhere in the heaven above, okay? But once you take hold of that Bible, you open that Bible up, you read and you teach out of it, that's already an oath. That's an oath without uttering the words out of your mouth. You know, by you putting forth your hand to the plow, that's basically a vow that you made unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Like Apostle Gabar say, you know, if you turn away from this, that's worse than breaking the vow of La Cosa Nostra. All right? So this is a vow, man. And we swear by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, man. You know that we teaching this word according to truth. It says, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. Yeah, the former troubles will be forgotten. As long as we continue on doing this work and endure until the end, the former troubles are forgotten. You know, all the hell that we caught in America, all of our sins, because we catch hell because we go off. That's the reason why we catch hell. You know? That's the reason why we catching hell. Because we go off. We went off. We went off back in the ancient world. We went off during slavery. We still go off even unto this day because it's impossible to keep the laws 100%. Okay? But the Lord said, because the former troubles are forgotten and because they are hid from mine eyes. So the Lord is going to forgive the sins of the elect of the nation of Israel. All right? The 1/3 of the nation of Israel. And he's going to do that. It's going to be manifested when he beams us up in them chariots, man. Because all hell is going to break loose out here in America. All right? This is Isaiah the 65th chapter. When you read up, it talks about the calamities, talks about the famine that's going to come about, how you're going to have people dying from hunger, but the servants of the Lord is going to be fulfilled. Their hunger is going to be fulfilled, man. You're going to have the 2/3 dying from thirst, but the children of the Lord, the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, they're going to be drinking. They're going to rejoice. They're going to eat. They're going to rejoice. They're going to be okay. They're going to be taken well care of in that day of calamity, man. All right? Isaiah 65:17, it says, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth. And that's what we're supposed to be looking for, a new heaven and a new earth. All right? Some of our people are so warped and caught up in this world, and they're just so stupid. All right? Scripture said they're childish children. Okay? That they don't even understand these sayings, man. A new heaven and a new earth. Okay? A lot of people think that the earth is going to be destroyed, you know. The sun is going to blow up and all humanity in life is going to die off of the face of the earth. No. What is that talking about? That's talking about a new rulership on earth. Okay? The Lord is going to create a new rulership, a new heaven and a new earth, meaning the earth is going to be refreshed, replenished. Because right now, what is the so-called white man doing? Which the so-called white man is the nation of Edom. They're destroying the earth. They're destroying the earth. You know, with their technology, with their chemicals, with, you know, these industrial plants during the time of the Industrial Revolution. All right. These oil refineries, pollution in the seas, chemtrails in the air, fluoridating the water. All right. And they polluted the minds of the people. Okay. So the earth is going to need to be replenished, man. And how is the Lord going to do that? He's going to destroy America by thermonuclear fire, thermonuclear destruction. And other parts of the world is going to be hit with missiles as well. Okay? And he's going to establish a new rulership on earth. All right? Being ruled by his son, Yahweh Shah, in the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. It says, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. Yeah, the way the so-called white man was ruling. Okay, we're going to take all of that shit is going to be done away with, man. It ain't going to be no one parading being a homosexual in the kingdom of heaven, man. Okay? Or committing adultery with his brother's wife. That's going to come to a cease. Worshipping idols is going to come to a cease. Okay? Eating whatever abominable filth that you want to eat. That's going to be done away with, man. All right? The former shall not be remembered. The so-called white man being set up upon high, like he's some type of god or something, man. You know, where you got people honoring him and people wanting to be like him, women dyeing their hair blonde, putting blue contacts in their eyes. All right? You got goes to the point where you got women getting some of our women getting ass reductions and whatnot, man. You know, getting breast reductions, trying to look like a goddamn Caucasian cave bitch. All right. The former things is not going to be remembered, man. You're not going to remember Esau being on high because he's going to be brought to that low caveman state. All right. It says, it reads on to say, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. All right, because the Lord is going to create the kingdom of heaven. He's going to establish the kingdom of heaven on earth for the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, the so-called white man and the other nations, they're going to be our slaves, man. It says, for behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing and her people a joy. All right. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're going to be at peace with one another. All right? The word Jerusalem means city of peace. It ain't going to be no more Jakes ice grilling each other, man. You know? Giving each other the evil eye, ready to kill each other, or robbing your own brother. All right? Or trying to steal from your brother, man. It ain't going to be none of that, man. Not in the kingdom. We're going to be rejoicing, man. Okay? Rejoicing in sincerity, man. Not how you see these guys that have cookouts. They have the Memorial Day cookouts and Labor Day cookouts and celebrations and shit. And they'll sit there and drink with you and eat with you. But meanwhile, they scheming, trying to have sex with your woman. Or meanwhile, they scheming, trying to stick you up. All right? Nah, we gonna really be rejoicing, man. All right? Because the Lord is going to give us, he's going to give us a righteous spirit, man. Wherein we not going to go off. We're not going to commit sins, man. And we ain't going to have to suffer anymore, man. Okay? That's what you brothers should be looking forward to, man. You so-called black men, you so-called Latino men, Native American men. That's what you should supposed to be looking forward to, man. That's what you should be looking forward to. That's what you should be wanting, man. All right? But our people are so warped. They're so stupid that they so far removed from the scriptures and the understanding of the scriptures that they don't even believe that that could be possible, man. All right, that all Black and Latino and Native Americans, so-called, all right, getting along as a nation. It says, and I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. That's right. There ain't gonna be no more mourning amongst our nation, man. Okay? All right? No more weeping and crying the loss of your families, members, you know, none of that. You know how our people are, man. They suffer so much that they be on the verge of committing suicide, man. Some of them. Some of our people, they just can't take it no more, man. You know, they resort to shooting dope in their veins and looking for an escape, man. But there ain't gonna be no need for that, man. Ain't gonna be no more sorrow amongst the nation of Israel, man. Because Yahweh Shah is gonna be right there with us, man. Okay? It says, there shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that has not filled his days. All right? And what does that mean? There shall be no more than an infant of days. All right? So there's nobody in the kingdom of heaven that's amongst the nation of Israel that's going to die young. Okay? Right now, in this hell that we in, showing you that this is, which proves that this is hell, we got a lot of these young jakes out there, man, that they when their 18th birthday come around, they be so happy and elated just to see the age of 18, man. Because in the communities we grew up in, the life expectancy for these so-called Black and Puerto Rican men is what, from about 20 possibly to 30 to 40 years old, man. You know, a lot of people say, damn, I didn't expect to see my 18th birthday, man. You know, but the Lord said there's not going to be an infant of days, man, in the kingdom of heaven, nor an old man that has not filled his days. All right, because all of our days are going to be filled with joy, okay, and rejoicing and pleasure in the kingdom of heaven. All right, okay. You too much to that bullshit in the ghetto. Oh, he died too young. He died so young. SIP. All right, rest in peace. Oh, he was just too young to go. Well, we ain't gonna. That's not gonna be heard of in the kingdom of heaven, man. Amongst Israel, maybe amongst some other nations, like Edom, like the Caucasians, you so-called white people. All right, because all the curses that our people have been going through, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Lord is going to lift those curses up from off of us and put them on our oppressors, starting with the so-called white man, the nation of Edom. All right, it says. It reads on to say, for the child shall die 100 years old. All right. But the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. All right. The child shall die 100 years old. All right. Meaning what? Every Israelite is going to live for basically forever, man. Okay. So if we were to be able to die in the kingdom of heaven, okay, 100 years old would be considered young. If you die at that age, all right. If there was an Israelite in the kingdom of heaven that died at the age of 100 years old, we'd be looking at him. We'd be like, damn, that boy was only that was a young man. Died at 100 years old. Oh my goodness, that was he died so young, you know. So that's basically what that's saying. Is giving you an idea that in the kingdom of heaven, there's not going to be no death among Israel. And if someone did happen to die at 100 years old, that would be considered like a little kid, man, like a infant death, man, or a toddler. All right, showing you the mercy that the Lord is going to have on us, man, in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, it says, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. And the reason why it says that is because what is the wages of sin? According to the scriptures, Romans the 6th chapter, the wages of sin is death. Okay? Meaning the payback for committing a sin, or the payment for committing a sin, would be death. But the scriptures say, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. Okay? We ain't going to be committing those sins in the kingdom of heaven, man. So we ain't going to ever be accursed. All right? Because when you read Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, from the first verse to the 14th verse, it deals with the blessings. And that's what we're going to be dealing with in the kingdom of heaven. The blessings the blessings that Moses showed to the nation of Israel. Okay? It reads on to say, and they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. Okay, you see that's the kingdom, man. All right, that's talking about Israel, man. Because right now in this society, you got brothers that work construction, man, building these bad condos, you know, these skyscrapers, in these fly apartment buildings, but we can't inhabit them, man. We ain't building them for us. We can't afford to live in them. All right, who we building them for? The so-called white man, the rich. You know, the people that got money that can afford to live in them houses, man, in them apartments, in them condos, in them penthouse suites. You know, take Hudson Yards for example, man. Anybody that live in the New York area know Hudson Yards is like a community of these skyscrapers on the west side of Manhattan, man. You know, a lot of Jakes on them jobs building them skyscrapers up in all the different trades, man. Whether it be welders, all right, you got bricklayers, you got laborers, you got carpenters, electricians, you know, just hooking them buildings up, man. But ain't none of them people that's on them job sites gonna have an apartment once that project is all said and done. Okay, that's for the rich. So it says, and they shall build houses and inhabit them. Okay, in the kingdom of heaven, the so-called white man and the other nations, they gonna build our houses. All right, and we're gonna inhabit them. We're gonna be the masterminds on how the architects of how we want our houses to look. All right, like King Solomon. When King Solomon, when he designed his own house, all right, because King Solomon did the temple of the Lord, but remember he also did his own house. King Solomon had a badass house, man. Okay, and it took longer for King Solomon's house to be built than the temple of the Heavenly Father. All right, so we're gonna be the architects and the designs of how we want our houses built, but the other nations, they're gonna build it up for us. They're gonna do all the dirty work. All right, they're gonna get the dirt under their nails to build our castles, man. Okay, all right, in our kingdom, they're gonna build up our whole kingdom, our cities, because it's gonna be city planning. All right, like the so-called white man do. All right, the so-called white man, they're gonna be getting busy in that day, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. All right, yeah, because hey, you got out there in California, you got a lot of the Issachar right brother Mexicans out there gardening for the so-called white man. All right, working in the vineyards out there, because California is wine country. But y'all don't eat the fruit off of that. Y'all just go there to work. All right, all of that goes to the so-called white man and whatever corporation he got set up, whatever wine factories that he got going. Okay, for him to profit off of. All right, but you Israelites that actually get your hands dirty and you in there doing the hard work, you don't reap the benefits, man. Okay, it reads on to say, they shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people. You know, trees live forever, man. They live for a long time, man. All right? They say I don't know exactly how true this is, but they say when you cut a tree down and you look at the rings in the tree, they say that's how many years that the tree has been there. All right? So the Lord is showing you that that our kingdom is a long, everlasting kingdom. We're going to have longevity on the earth, man. All right? It says, thou shalt not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble. That's right, man. Okay? Everything that we set our mind to do, it's gonna get done. Okay? Because everything that we do is gonna be righteous. It says, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. Exactly. So once the 1/3 is delivered and placed back on the earth with Yahweh Shah, we're gonna bring forth the 2/3 that passed away, that was destroyed. All right, whether it was destroyed in America or whatever parts of the world where the 2/3 is at, that gets destroyed in those other regions of the world too. But no matter what, the whole nation of Israel is going to come back together, okay? And the Lord is going to bless our offspring, our children, because the 2/3 is going to be the children of the 1/3 that made it, okay? And they're going to be blessed because they're Israelites, man. And that's the promise that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh made to our forefather, all right? It says, and it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. Okay, so anything that we think of is that pops up in our mind, the Lord is already going to, he's going to bless it. He's going to take care of it, man. Okay? You know, because we're not going to need to call on the Lord for help from our enemies. All right? Whatever we put our mind to do, the Lord is going to bless our hands to do it. You know? And that's the kingdom of heaven, man. All right? Last verse, it says, the wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock. Okay? Yeah, because it ain't gonna be no violence in our kingdom, man. With Israel, in the borders of Israel, it ain't gonna be no violence, man. The animals ain't gonna be attacking each other. All right? They're not, you know, there ain't gonna be no carnivorous beasts. Lion, you ain't gonna see no lion running up on a gazelle or a zebra, you know, trying to devour it. All right? Okay? But more so, this also represents the other nations, man. Okay? It also represents the other nations not going to war with each other. Because it says the wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock. These are animals that are natural born enemies. All right? These are animals that are natural born enemies, but in the kingdom of heaven, they're going to get along. Just like the other nations. The other nations, they're going to be at peace with one another. They ain't going to be going to war. It ain't going to be no Elam declaring war on Ishmael, Moab declaring war on Ammon, okay, Ham declaring war on Japheth. It ain't going to be none of that shit in the kingdom of heaven. And the so-called white man, who's the devil, who causes all of these different nations to fight and war against one another, he's going to be on the bottom of our feet, man. All right? He's going to be way on the bottom, even beneath the rest of the nations, because they are the sons of the wicked, according to the Bible. And there's a judgment for them. It says, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. Okay? What's the serpent? Going back to the serpent in the Garden of Eden. All right? And that dust represents a state of confusion. Meaning what? We're going to bring the so-called white man to the lowest level that he's supposed to be, that the Lord created him to be, the basis of men. Meaning we're going to dumb these devils down, man. Like they did the so-called black man in slavery. All right? We're not going to allow them to be able to read. They're not going to be able to write. They're going to be illiterate. They're going to be stupid. They're going to barely be able to utter a vocabulary. All right? And we're going to beat the hell out of them, man. So they're going to be in a great state of confusion. All that pompous attitude and talking with that British accent like they got all these different damn degrees, PhD, master degree, and all boosted up with pride and shit. They ain't going to have that in the kingdom of heaven, man. We're going to beat that shit right out of them, man. Okay? And they're going to be stupid, man. Every last one of these devils, these Edomites, man. Every last one of them, man. Starting with the elite bankers of this society, because they're going to be the first fruits of slavery, man. And we're going to dumb their asses down, man. That's why it says, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. It says, they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord. Because it ain't going to be no more wars. There ain't going to be no more wars. Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, it tells you that, man. Okay? If any these heathen nations, they got an issue, all right, their issues gonna have to be resolved according to the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Okay? And if it's too great an issue, then they come to the nation of Israel to seek judgment, as the scriptures tell you, man. But ultimately the earth is going to be at peace. And that's what we're supposed to be looking forward to, man. All right? So now, I had a couple of scriptures lined up, but I ain't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to end it on that note. I hope this has been an edifying lesson to you, brothers. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wabarakim, to the next video.